Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. As usual, please hit the like and subscribe button. My name is Jason. I'll be giving today's video, and we would like to do another shout out to our patrons. We really appreciate all tips and support. Just going to go to making the channel better. If you're curious, just go ahead and check the description of the video for more information. So for today, we're going to do part one of a three-part video. I'm going to do a deep dive into the PowerPress system, and I'm going to do it one number at a time. Each video is going to be devoted to the 4 and 10, then another video to the 5 and 9, and another video to the 6 and 8. So, how am I going to do this? Well, let's start this out. We're going to do 4 bets for each one. And the reason I want to do the 4 bets is because I want to show you guys different ways of doing the PowerPress, and I want to show you guys the results that can happen. Now, these are going to be, as I talk about the results, I'm also going to talk about where the quote-unquote stopping points are, which would be the table limits, and I'm also going to let you know as far as the likelihood goes of these things happening. And I'm going to base them off 15, 30, 45, and 60 rolls without a 7. And I'm just going to go with the mathematical likelihood of things coming. Obviously, hot rolls will break that mathematical likelihood on an individual basis, but over time the math spreads out. So on a 15 roll hit with no 7, likelihood of a 4 or 10 rolling are 1 or 2 times. Most likely going to come, its odds are 1.5 times. They're going to come 1.5 times out of every 15. So we'll say 2 to 1, 1 or 2 times. On a 30 roll, it'd be 3 times. On a 45 roll, it would be 4 or 5 times. And on a 60 roll with no 7, it would be 6 times. Now, what's the likelihood of those happening? Well, 15 roll hands with no 7, those occur probably 2 or 3 times a shift per crew. Now, I'm not saying it happens every single night. I've certainly had nights with my crew where it never happens, but most likely it's going to happen about every hour and a half to 2 hours, where we're going to get a roll of 15 rolls in a row without a 7 once a point has been established. That's not counting these come out rolls. It can get really crazy. 30 rolls without a 7, that's more likely to pop up maybe once a shift, perhaps once every other shift. You know, if you've got a really bad streak, maybe once every 3 shifts for an individual crew. Within the casino, it's going to depend on how many tables you've got going at any one time on whether or not that's going to happen. A 45 roll, that's probably going to come for any individual crew once a week. If there's enough tables open, it might come once a night, depending on how many tables they have. And likely almost guaranteed to come at least once a day if they have 3 or 4 tables at least going throughout all 3 shifts. 60 roll hands. 60 roll hands are legendary hands. Those are the kind of hands that the shooter is rolling for 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the speed of the table. And those probably come once a month, maybe per crew. Oh, not even that. Maybe once every 2 or 3 months per crew, and they probably happen once a month per shift, and then once every week and a half or so just for the casino as a whole, depending again on how many tables they have open. My crew actually had an hour-long roll not too long ago, so it does happen. It's just very, very rare. And those are the kind of rolls, 15, 30, 45, and 60, especially the 60. Those are the kind of rolls that the PowerPresses are really going for. So why do I have 4 bets set up? Because I want to show these in 2 different ways. 2 different ways per 2 different styles of bets. First, I'm going to show it with $10 place bets, which would be, say, your 54 or your 64 across. That's assuming you're at a $10 minimum table and you're going in with that bet. Then I'm going to show them with $25 bets, which would be either you're at a higher minimum bet table, or you are just with a larger bankroll and you're just buying in bigger because you want to hit these presses faster. And then with each one of these, I'm going to show you 2 different styles of the PowerPress. The first one, I'm going to show you a PowerPress where you are not throwing in more money. You figure your 64 across or 54 across is all you want to throw in. With the other one, we're going to go hyper aggressive, where we're going to keep throwing in more money to try and make these bets larger, faster. Same thing with the green ones. Slightly conservative, where you're not throwing in any more money, and then super conservative. So How are these likely to go? Well, the first time either one of these hit, you're going to take the first one. Now, this is going to pay you $18 to $19, depending on the casino. So we're going to go to a quarter, and we're going to collect up either the $3 or the $4. We're going to assume $4. We're going to say it's a buy. So you're going to collect up the $4. For the other player, you're going to throw in another dollar, and you're going to take it straight up to 30, which means that you are now in the hole for $1. For the quarter player, they're going to play it slightly conservative, so they're going to go ahead and take it up to 50, and they're going to collect $24, because that's almost guaranteed to be a buy. The other player is going to throw in $1, and they're going to go up to 75, so they're in the hole. This player's in the hole for $1, this player's in the hole for $1. But look at their bets in comparison to the other players, and it gets better as we go along. So the second hit, the first player is going to collect some money, and they're going to go up to 60. They're going to collect $14, so now they are up $18. The second player is actually going to throw in a lot of money. They're going to throw in $12. They're going to throw in $12, and they're going to go straight up to 100, which means they are now in the hole for $13. So this player that started out with green, they're going to go all the way up to 140, which means that they collected $13 more. So they've collected 13, so not 13. They collected $8, which means that they are now have collected $32. And this player is going to collect $1 and go all the way up to $220. They go up to $220. But they have collected $1 back, so now they are once again even versus the $1 that they originally threw in. So the third time it hits, this player is going to go all the way up to $160. They're going to collect $18, which means that they are now collected $36 throughout this roll. Now, this player is going to throw in another $5. So now they are in the hole for a total of $18, but their bet is all the way up to $300 already. So this player that's at 140, they're going to collect $13. They're going to go up to $400. And they're going to collect 13, which means that they have now collected a total of $45. Now, this player that's at 220, they're going to go all the way up to 600. So they go up to 600. So this time they're up $49 total. But they are at 600. So what happens on the fourth hit? Well, this player is going to go up to the 400. So they collected $72 just now. So they've now made $72. They've made $108 in profit. They're up to a $400 bet, starting at $10. Which, if you think about it, is more profit than if you just same bet your $10 bet every single time. Now this player is going to go all the way up to 900, which means they're going to throw in another $15. So now they are in the hole for $33. So they've thrown in a total of $33, but they're up to 900. This player's at 400, this player's at 900. Started with the same bet, same number of rolls. Now this player is going to collect $180. They're going to go up to 1,000. So they're up to 1,000. They have now collected $225 total. So just like this player, if you think about it, this player is now started with a quarter, is now at a $1,000 bet, and has collected more than they would if they'd have same bet their $25 bet every single time. Collected quite a bit more. So this player is going to throw in another $30. They're going to go all the way up to $1,800. So now because they collected last time around, this player is actually still ahead by $19. They've made a $19 profit. And now they are all the way up to $1,800. So what happens with the fifth roll? The fifth roll, this player is going to collect, looks like they're going to collect quite a bit. They're going to go up to 1,000. So 400 is going to pay 800 minus, 400 is going to pay 800 minus a $20 big. So it's going to pay $780 basically. So they're going to have $1,180 to use. So they're collecting $180. They just collected $180. So now they have collected almost, let's see, 180 plus they were over 100. So they have collected very close to $300 now. So this player that is at 900, they're going to shoot all the way up. They're going to shoot up to 2,000, and they're going to collect $655. Collect $655 and go up to $2,000. Now, this would be the first kind of stopping point. So this player, if you're at a $2,000 maximum bet table, this player is now at table max. So anything beyond here, they're just going to collect just under $4,000 every single roll. Okay? So, and this player is also now ahead. They've been throwing in money every single roll, but now they collected $655. So they are over $600 ahead. And that required 5 hits on the 4. So for this player is going to go all the way up to 2,500. Okay? Using a $50 chip is our 500s. Still working on trying to find some $500 chips. So they are collecting $450. They've collected $450. They go up to 2,500. Now, if they're at a $2,000 max bet table, they will actually stop at obviously 2,000, which means they collect another 500. They would be collecting almost $1,000 and be at table max. So every hit after that's going to pay them $4,000. So this player is going to shoot all the way up to $5,000. They go up to $5,000 bet. Now that's assuming that they're on a table that has a $5,000 maximum bet. Now when they shoot up to $5,000, they're still collecting $310. Still collecting $310. So now they've collected $329 total. 5 hits on the 4. It took 5 hits to reach this. This player is at table max if they're on a $5,000 max game. If they're on a $2,000 max, then they just collected $3,000. $3,000 in addition to everything else they've collected. So this player would have collected over $3,300 off of a $25 bet. Now, what about a 6th roll? Well, a 6th roll, this player will go to 2,000. Assume this is a $2,000 maximum bet table, and now they're on the max bet. They collected $950, so they've collected over $1,000 off of a $10 starting bet. Now they're at table max if it's a $2,000 max bet table. If it's not, they're going to need another hit to reach the table max, depending on what it may be. This player is going to go up to 5,000, so they're going to collect $900. So now they've collected over $1,000, over $1,500 actually, even though they were throwing in money here and there. And they are now at table max if it's a $5,000 max bet table. If it was a $2,000 max bet table, then they just pulled $3,000 in profit. Actually more. They just pulled $4,000 in profit almost, minus the big, so $3,900 in profit. If not, then they move up to 5,000 and they collect 900 in profit. So what about this player? Well, this player is going to go up to the 5,000. So what do they collect? They collect over $2,000. They collect about 2,300, 2,375, something along those lines. And that now puts them at a total collection of 3,000 throughout this entire roll. This player would go up to 10,000. If they're not at table max, they're going to go up to 10,000, which might be table max at this point, and they're going to collect $4,750. So they're collecting $4,750. This is the 6th roll of the 4. Same bets, same method would apply for the 10. Okay. Now, if you're on a $2,000 max bet table, then this player has collected a couple of times. So they've collected quite a bit, a couple of times. This player has collected. This player has collected. This player will be collecting every roll moving forward. If you're at a $5,000 max bet table, these 2 players are at max bet. This player requires 1 more hit to reach it. This player collected $10,000 on the 6th hit. If you're on a $10,000 max bet table, well, this player is going to need a few more hits. This player will hit it, and this player will hit it. Both hit it on the next roll and collect about 5,000. And this player is going to just straight collect. If, for whatever reason, you're on a $20,000 max bet table that allowed you to start at $25, then you would need that 7th hit to go there. But most likely, if you're on a $20,000 max bet table, the table minimum is probably 50 or 100. So you would have started at a higher bet and shot up in a different manner. So that is a deep dive into the 4 and 10 on the power press methods and how they could work, how you may want to do them, which methods you may want to use. Probably do a deeper dive into the mid press method as well later on to show you guys how you can collect while still pressing up a decent bid. It won't hit nearly the same level as this. These are the kind of presses that catch the hour-long rolls and the players color up $30,000 to $70,000 off of a $500 to $1,000 buy-in. Doesn't happen very often. Honestly, I see that probably once a year. However, I need to put the caveat in there of the majority of the time we have a strong hour-long roll. We do not have skilled players on the table, or we don't have aggressive players on the table. Either I'll have players that are all doing hot bets and hard ways, and that's their primary strategy, or I have players that are just same bet, same bet, same bet, or minor presses, or possibly the mid-press method. The mid-press method players, if they catch the hour roll, they're coloring up anywhere between $8,000 to $12,000, so it's still not a horrible color up for them. But the power press method, power press players, they're the ones that will just take the table to the cleaners. And I see that, like I said, maybe once a year. It takes a combination of luck to catch that super hot roll and then the power presser. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you guys enjoyed the deeper analysis into the power press methods as far as the 4 and 10 goes. As always, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We appreciate you guys, and we will catch you next time.